మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TvAsia Telugu. మీ అందరికీ థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు. ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TvAsia Telugu. మీ అందరికీ థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు. ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TvAsia Telugu. మీ అందరికీ థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు. ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
Congratulations. ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం.
The number again before I start, 1-833-882-8872. All right, Rahul Garu, this is another I should say bombastic topic of late. It's been trending on Instagram, I should say. The rising numbers in Indian students. There've been like videos at, the Hyderabad airport, like being jam-packed like a fish market because everybody is leaving for their next semester or starting college and stuff. Now, how will this affect the H1B lottery and the green card aspirants? And what is it that we need to be worried about or not? How does it affect us?
Historically, the number of students from China was the highest in USA. In 2023, we Indians are going to cross the number of students that are coming from China to here. We have seen a lot of financial progress that's done in China, and that's one of the reasons why we have seen a lot of students coming into USA. And now we see more financial progress that's getting done in India, and that's the reason why we see a lot more number coming from India. So right now, the number of students of Chinese is going down, and the number of students from India is going up. In the year of 2023, the number of students from India are going to be higher than any other point of time, not only higher than any other point of time, will be higher than any other country in 2023.
Oh, wow.
Now, we normally, as an immigration lawyer, we see things a little bit differently than the rest of the world, though. Because when we see Chinese people coming into United States, though, a good portion of them, a majority of their portion of them, or almost very many people of those people, after they complete their education, they go back to their home country.
Right.
They don't stay in United States after they complete the education.
Okay.
Sometimes they stay until OPT, some extension. Sometimes they don't even stay that period of time. Very less number of people apply for the H1B in United States. Now, if you look into more than 60% of the H1Bs that are applied are Indian students here, even though we don't consider the majority of the students in USA. That's coming, and the majority nation is actually until 2022, it is China, not India. So now when we look into this number of people coming in, we may see a problem coming in the next 1 to 2 years. Which we already noticing a problem is that the number of people who are applying for H1B has gone up very significantly, and we've seen this there. So going forward, though, that's going to double more. The number of people who are going to apply, unless there is some changes in the H1B, we may see a lot of people have to return back to India without getting the H1B, which they normally expect, okay, I'm going to complete my education, then I'm going to get my OPT, then I'm going to get the STEM extension, I'm going to get the H1B. Well, the green card hope has already been dashed away for a lot of people. They understand that green card is way, way far. They don't have much hopes on the green card, but at least they do have a hope of H1B.
Right.
Now, what happened with the green card is expected to happen with the H1B.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, they won't get the H1B, and they will have to return back after completing their OPT and STEM extension.
Okay.
Now, when we see the trends of the Chinese people coming into United States, we see that a majority of those people come in for bachelor's degree, though. Now, when we see the trend of the people that are coming from India, though, we see a majority, a good number of majority comes for the master's degree in United States.
Right.
So definitely we see a trend that the master's quota is going to be oversubscribed, at least in the coming as it's going to go up, it's going to be very hard. So students need to be prepared that, okay, if you're not going to get the H-1B, what is the plan B? Are you going to stick around in the country? Are you going to move out of the country? What are you going to do? The plan B need to be there for the students. So that's what I expect all the Indian students to be aware. What happened previously may not happen with you because of the number game. That's the reason I picked this topic, that this number increase in Indians is going to have some rippling effects on the H-1B and eventual on the green card.
Right. Wow. Wow. So, for those who are already in line with an H-1B and waiting for the green card, does this still affect them in any way?
No, those people who are waiting in line for the green card, it doesn't affect, because these people are at the behind the line of them. So if they've already applied, let's say in 2020, somebody already applied and they already got the green card, a labor certification and I-140 approved, those people who are going to apply, they're going to apply in 2024, 2025, 2026. So they're not going to go before them. They're going to be only behind them. It's only the people who are coming into United States right now, I fear that they may have to live without getting the H-1B, and they need to have the plan for it.
Okay. So also, what about can they do another master's degree to extend their stay here?
They can do one other master's degree, though. I know that a lot of people choose to go to some of these day one CPT universities, which we don't like them. Yeah, we cannot recommend people going to day one CPT universities. The same reason why we said multiple filings is not legal. We consider that day one CPT universities are illegal. One reason is that, think of this thing, the university college starts every month. Really? That's how university starts, every month. And the admission is open. I mean, you can just get that admission at any point of time. You just apply, you get the admission. And you don't have to go to school except for 6 days in a year. That's how many days I used to go to law school when I was in the law school, per week, not per year. That's the only difference. So definitely these universities, we had some issues with these universities before. There is called Silicon Valley University. There is called Tri-Valley University. Both of those university officials are in jail right now. And there were sting operations. University of Northern New Jersey was a sting operation. There was a Farmington University was a sting operation. So people need to understand that when they are doing a sting operation, what kind of things the authorities will use. Will they come and tell that, okay, I'm going to sell you Coca-Cola, and if we buy Coca-Cola, will they arrest you? Absolutely not. They don't do it with Coca-Cola or Pepsi. They most probably will tell you that I'm going to sell you a, marijuana or something like that. And then if we buy, we're going to get into trouble, is that? Of course. Now, the sting operation, what they did were of the day one CPT university. They pretended they were the day one CPT universities, and they acted they were day one CPT universities. When people bought into it, they arrested them, especially in the Farmington University. So definitely, we don't like people going into day one CPT universities. We definitely want them to, after completing, if they really want to do it, maybe PhD is something that they can think, even that too from non-day one CPT universities.
So go to legit places.
That is right.
Go to legit universities, go through the process and do it. Okay.
That's
awesome.
Right.
Thank you so much for that, Rahul Garu. Any other points that you'd like to add, sir, before we go ahead?
No, there's been a rumor going on.
Yes, I was going to come to that next, but yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, there's a rumor going on in the Indian news channels, like, thousands of Indian students were being deported. The number is 2,000 and all those things. And they have obtained some of the records of those things. They were showing live, this thing going on. Now, is there a truth in it? No, there is no truth in it. There were some people who were being deported that were trying to come into the United States on the H-1B. On the student visa. These people that we spoke with, what happened was that this particular individual, he already wanted to apply. He already got a job in a restaurant, wanted to work undocumentedly in that particular place. And they had been find out that that particular WhatsApp had been taken, and then before he went to the school, he already got a job in a restaurant. So the officer said, what's the purpose for you to come in for the student visa, but you wanted to do the job? Here is what it says in those things. Also, I've seen that there was some agency that has helped some of the students secure the bank amount where they documented with a fake bank account.
Got it.
And these people got the student visa, and there was communication between this particular individual and those particular agency which were arranging for the bank balance, and which was a fake bank balance and all those things. So they were being deported. This happened in Chicago airport. Both of these instances happened in Chicago airport. So yeah, there are some students out of the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that were coming in. Yes, there are about 4 or 5 or maybe 7 that we know of got deported. Not thousands people though, as what the Indian media is reporting in Telugu states though. Yeah, there have been going on there, and this is normal every year when we see that these kids try to do differently. They want to work, they submit some fake documents. Yes, these people sometimes will get deported. Yes, that happened.
Gotcha. So I guess moral of the story is work with the system. Don't try and find, every loophole that you can, because sooner or later it's going to work against you.
Right, right.
For that, sir. But before we take our callers, there's one more thing that I'd like to ask about. There is another rumor that in October, all the dates are going to be current. How,
yes.
True or false? What is going on with that?
It's definitely not a single line answer, Nitya Garu, that whether it's going to be true or false. There is some merit in what these people are telling. 56 congressmen, including the Raja Krishnamurthy, who orchestrated this letter, have written to the administration that, hey, look, the Indians are waiting for a long period of time. Why don't you just give them the priority date, make them current? Will the administration make the priority date current? Will the administration does not make the date current is yet to be determined. If you recall, Nitya Garu, you are one of the product. If you don't remember it, I will remind you, in June of 2007, the priority dates became current for you. You remember that, is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
It was a chaos at that point of time. If you recall that, it was like, was it true? Was it not true? And on July 1st, you came to know that actually the dates went back after you submit the 485 application.
Right.
Because the State Department and the USCIS reversed their decision, saying they're not going to accept the 485 applications. And then we know what happened with the drama with Joe Lufgren, our dear congresswoman from San Jose area, was able to reinstate all the things, gave a deadline until August 16th for us to file the entire 485 application. At that point of time, you were been successful in getting your application in there at that point of time.
That's true.
So yes, the dates were current in 2007. That's almost 16 years ago, the dates were current. It looks very fresh to me, but yeah, it's 16 years that it's been current. So could they do it at this point of time? I wish they would do it. I hope they would do it. But if the administration decides to make it current, though, they can if they want to. People are not going to get the green card for sure, because that needs a little bit changes. Either they have to stop counting the family members or so. So the incentive for them doesn't look to be very good right now. The reason is that, one of the main reasons is that in 2007, Nitya Garu, if you recall though, when you filed a 485 application, you had to pay an extra fees for EAD and advance parole. Every time you renewed your EAD and advance parole application, you have to pay the extra fees for it. Now they changed the rule right now that we don't have to pay the extra money to EAD and advance parole. So if they make all these people current though, they don't get the green card, they have to give them the free EAD and advance parole for the next 20 years or even longer period of time, or 30, 40 years. So it seems that, I don't know if they would, I would rather want them to make a rule change where they will charge money for EAD and advance parole. At the same time, I want the priority date to be current. In a way, I want to balance for both the people though. Let's see what goes on.
Win-win for both. It would be nice.
Win-win, yeah, would be both nice though. Because they already proposed to have a year in advance parole fees. If they would implement it, maybe they will allow all the people to file the 485 application. Even though it's a little bit fees, our guys are going to pay it as long as they give it for 2 years or 3 years. So they're very good. So now, can the administration do it though? This administration is very radical when doing things, though. Even though you look at Joe Biden, he looks very soft, and he looks very old, especially with the Trump fans, what they criticize him. But he's very aggressive. If you look into the way he pulled out of the Afghanistan, Trump wanted to pull out of Afghanistan. We thought Trump is a tough guy, but he's not. He couldn't pull out of Afghanistan. No matter what he did, he couldn't. The generals in the military didn't allow him. No, you can't pull out of this one. But that's not Biden. Biden didn't listen to them. Even if he has to fly where people were clinging onto the airplane, literally they were on the airplane, they were catching their tires to see if they can fly all the way to Qatar or wherever it is. Yet he did the decision of flying out of Afghanistan.
Right.
Now, could the administration do the same thing? Yes, they can. 2007 is one of the instances, but I will also tell you there are some of the other instances. Was that when Obama administration was going out, that was somewhere in 2014 or 2015, they gave 1 million people employment authorization. We call that as DACA. Right. They gave it. So they gave it 1 million plus people who had been given employment authorization who were not legally present in this country at that point of time. The administration has the authority, can do it, they can. So let's see if they will do it. Now, what needs to be done for people when the priority date becomes current? Don't rush for medicals, guys. You don't need to have medicals to file the 485 application filed. Don't do it because there'll be a lot of rush at that point of time. You can't get the medicals. We can always submit the medicals later on if you want to.
Okay.
The birth certificate is something that you may want to get it. Birth certificate is not 10th grade certificate. Birth certificate is not the hospital certificate. It has to be from a municipality or from a government authority, mandal, municipality. These are the things that will give you the birth certificate. So that's one thing. The second thing is that your company must cooperate to file the 485 application, either in 2007 or in 2020, where you have to have your company cooperate to file the 485 application. So those are the two things. Now, once you file the 485 application, 6 months after that, you'll get free. So if you think so, the priority date is going to be current, though. That's one thing, is that the birth certificate. The second one is that you have to get the cooperation of your company to file the 485 application. Be in good terms with them. So if your I-140 is approved with company A, you're working with company B, can the company B file the 485? Under the normal rules right now, no, you cannot file the 485. You can have company A cooperate, even though you're not working for the company, to file the 485 application. But if company A has I-140, company B cannot file the 485 application. So that's, you have to be aware of.
Right. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let's start taking our callers for today. First caller for the day. Let's take our first caller, Andy. First caller for today. Let's start taking some calls, guys. Okay. Caller number ending in 3857. 3857. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi. I'm Rupesh here. I'm calling from North Carolina, actually. So I have a few questions to Rahul.
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. So basically, I'm stuck in a situation. I have a I-797, which is valid until October 2025. And my I-94 is about to expire in the October 2023, like next month. So do I have to visit, Mexico or Canada to make sure my status is legal?
Why is it I-94 is shorter though than I-797? Did you enter the United States after the approval, or what happened? Can you explain it to me?
Right. So yeah, I went back in February, for my wedding, and I came back with my wife in March, and my visa is expiring on my visa on the passport is expiring on October 2023, and I even produced my I-797, which is valid until October 2025. So, but the CBP officer doesn't give me until the October 2025, but he gave me just until October 2023.
You need to cure
And
it
there is one
before.
more thing here is that
You need to cure this one before October 2023.
I need to cure this one before October 2023.
Yeah, there are many ways. One is going to Mexico is one thing. You can file the extension. That's another thing that you can do. You can even go to India if you want to, but you need to cure it before October 2023, sir.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
You will become illegal. We'll go to the next call, Randy. You will become illegal if you don't cure it by October of 2023. Next person will go.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
calling.
thank you,
Let's
sir.
take our next caller. Okay, bye. Okay, caller with number ending in 4869. 4869, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, Nitya. Hello.
Hi, sir. Hello?
Rahul, I have a... Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I have a situation I was in the United States for 6 years, and after the duration is completed, I moved to neighboring country here. And it's been like 2.5 years I'm working here on the job title as system analyst. But am I actually working? No, I'm working as a manager role. So now we have an opportunity in states like I need to come back to work as a manager on L1 category. So will this make any difference? Because it's been like 2.5, almost like nearly 3 years I'm on system analyst, but working genuinely as a manager. Will it make any difference when I go for stamping for L1?
Title by itself is not determination whether you are in a multinational executive position or not. Okay. The one that is determination that need to be done is the position that you're holding, the job description, the number of people you're supervising. Those are the things that we need to look into. Just because you're a system analyst, but you're actually managing 100 people, that's fine. You can qualify an L1 option too, L1A option. But what I want you to do is to have plan A and plan B though. Now, while you're working on getting the green card L1A approved though, you may want to also consider filing a labor certification, getting an I-140 approval with the same company here in the United States, and see if you want to resurrect the H-1B though. Have both the plans, okay? Don't rely only on L1A, and if you fail, then everything fails, just like the way what happened with you after 6 years you left the country. You there?
Yeah, got you. Yeah, got you. So earlier, I remember you were saying like, there is a exchange policy between the neighboring countries and the US with immigration. So I was just trying to understand with this job title in this country will influence on the L1A stamping.
There is no exchange. I didn't say there is no exchange policy between Canada or Mexico to USA. There is none. I mean, you just have to come on an L1A or H1B. That's it. Unless you are a Canadian citizen, then you have a TN visa option or e-visa option. Okay. But try the L1A, but also keep the option of H1B though, with the I-140 approval. We'll go to the next caller already. Have the company file L1A, but have the company file a labor and I-140. You can restrict the H1B.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. Now we've got a couple of questions before we go back to our other callers. Question from Mike says, in the past H4 EAD application, mother's last name has been mentioned as per her passport. Now I've realized it's wrong. For my current renewal, which last name should be added? Like her mother's birth last name or the passport last name?
What is the actual last name of the mother? So let's say, for example, if your mother's last name is Punala before marriage, and after marriage it is Rao, okay, because the husband's last name is Rao, then pick Rao though, okay, as the last name. But there are some places they will ask you, it's a mother's maiden name. If they ask you the maiden name, you go with Punala. If you ask what's the mother's last name, you go with Rao.
Okay, gotcha. All right, another question for you, sir. Second. Okay, question from Praveen Kumar. He says, currently on H1B, 60-day grace period, which ends on 29th of August. Found a new employer, got an LCA file and expecting an approval on Monday, 21st of August. Question is, if H1B filing is within the 60 days and the start date is after 1 month of 60 days, that is October 1st, will that be an issue?
Yes, that will be an issue. You are only allowed to have an unemployment period of 60 days between employer A and employer B. Even though they are filing an H1B for you within 60 days, the start date is not within 60 days. It's crossing the 60 days. So there is a problem for you there. I would rather want the start to be September 1st, not October 1st.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 3648. 3648. 3648, we're ready for you now. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hi.
Hello,
Can you
sir.
hear me, ma'am? Sorry.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go
Hi.
ahead.
Good evening, Nitya. Hi, Rahul. My name is Praveen. I'm calling from Boston. So, quick background on my situation. So, I got terminated. My 60-day grace period is going to end by 29th of August. So, I got an offer. They filed LCA. So I had the question is, can I start after, if the filing happens before 60th day, but the start date is after 60th, they had like October 2nd as a start date. Is that okay to have like that?
No.
Can I start
No.
after?
No,
Okay.
you can only have a gap of 60 days between the two jobs. So since it's crossing the 60 days, though, that would be a violation of the H1B status.
Okay. So is it okay if I get the receipt, if I can join as soon as I get the receipt, that would work?
You don't need a receipt notice. So as long as a FedEx tracking number says that the USCIS has received it, you can start working on it.
Okay, because they haven't sent the petition yet. So I have like 29, they're going to send like this week, Wednesday or Thursday, which could be 23rd or 24th.
As soon as the FedEx is received by the
okay.
USCIS, you can start working.
Okay. So yeah, and one more question, Rahul. So I had like two employers they are filing. Is it okay, like two different employers filing my case?
Perfect.
Is that
That's
still
perfectly
okay?
all right.
Okay.
That's perfectly all right. Not a problem.
So one last question I had is, I think I have that. Is there any risk? You're saying like I need to go to like B1, B2, worst case if filing.
As long as you're working within 60 days, I don't see any reason why you have to file a B2. If it's crossing 60 days, you may want to consult a lawyer to have the second option. Okay.
Okay. If I want to take that step, when should I take that immediately?
You should.
I have only like 9 days now.
If you think so, you're not going to join within 60 days, you should make an appointment with a lawyer and consider what are the options for the B2, because there are some risks associated with B2. Once you file the B2, USCIS knows that you file the B2. They would say that, hey, you can't start working with the company when you file the H1B. You have to wait until the B2 is approved. So there are some complications. That's the reason I would recommend that you contact a lawyer if you are planning to join after 60 days. If you're planning to join within 60 days, then you're good. You don't need to do anything. We'll go to the next caller.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, bye.
Thank you, sir. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second, sir. Okay. Caller with number ending in 7430. 7430. We're ready for you now.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes,
hello?
sir. We can hear you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hello, Rahul. Hello, Nitya. I have a couple of questions. I have filed my 485 in October 2020, priority date in March of 2014. At the time of filing, the medicals were also filed along with the application. So last year, I got the RFE to resubmit the medicals. I have resubmitted, and the status was changed as case remains pending. There is no further update like they have received, but the FedEx was delivered to them. Last week, I have received an SMS to resubmit the medicals if I haven't. When you look at some blogs, it says that it's a mass SMS sent by USCIS. Any update on that?
It's a error done by the USCIS. Ignore the text though. Nothing is going to happen if you ignore it. Okay. I don't know how the programmers did it. All the people who filed the 485, if they have given their text number, they got their text saying that, you need to submit the medical if you have not done it. So ignore it, you're good. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Do I need to worry
one of the
about,
reason why the USCIS does this mistake is because they don't hire the H1Bs to do their programming.
That's true. They need to approve more to get the better to work for them.
Yeah.
All right.
You're speaking something, sir?
Do I need to worry that, do I need to worry,
don't worry.
Because the status was not changed? Okay.
No, status has been changed saying that
is,
case is pending. That's exactly what we wanted. Everything looks fine to me.
Okay.
No problem with you. And don't respond to the text.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And my second question is, last year I got my EAD along with the AP combo card, and it was valid until January of 2024. I have filed for the extension 765 and 131. I have received a combo card with 765 approval, but 131 was not approved yet, but the card says 512 endorsement. So can I travel with my combo card, or do I need to wait until my 131 gets approved?
You said you got the combo card right now. Is that a mistake you said, or I didn't get the point?
I got the combo card extension. Yeah, I got the combo card extension.
No. What card did you get it right now? Does it say advance parole on it?
Yes, it says advance parole on it.
Okay, then you're good to travel. Why not?
But,
you're good to travel.
Okay, but the 131 application that I have submitted is still in the case received status.
You can ignore that. Don't worry about it. It's not reflecting properly on it. Okay? If your advance parole is already there, serves as an advance parole in there on the EAD card, you're good. You can ignore the I-131. That's again, remember, they don't hire the H-1Bs. So it's an error done by the USCIS there. You already have an advance parole. You can rely on that. You're good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Now I've got a couple of quick questions from our YouTube live chat viewers as well. This one is from Madhu. Says, Rahul, what is the process of address change after receiving a green card?
There is something called AR11. AR11. You go online, you fill the AR11 out, and that's it. Nothing else needs to be done. And you keep that for your record. If anybody asks you, send an email to yourself. That's it.
Gotcha. All right. Question from Surya Kumar says he's working on a GCEAD and used his advance parole. If his company applies for an H-1B extension, what happens to his status after the H-1B extension approval? Will he be still on the GCEAD or on the H-1B? And does he need to update the I-9?
He will be on H-1B. He does not need to update the I-9. He just needs to provide the H-1B approval to the company, which actually H-1B approval directly comes to the company and they will give it to the individual. So he doesn't need to do anything. They can file the H-1B and get the H-1B approval. And he will be on H-1B. Even though the online status says he's an advance parole, if H-1B is valid, he's still on H-1B.
Gotcha. But Surya Kumar ji, you're going from GCEAD and advance parole back to H-1B extension. Why? This is like...
because they want to make money for me. Technically, he's...
So I think, Rahul, I need to start charging a percentage of that money also from you now.
These people won't listen though, no matter what, because you know that you were been in the adjustment of status for a long period of time. You have given up the H-1B and you're fine. And same with me too, but they won't listen. They only listen to those lawyers who want to make money on these people. So it's up to them.
Stay on the GCEAD, find another job maybe, then make hay while sun shines, you know.
Yeah, but Nitya Garu, I just want to correct technically a little bit though. So if the person has the H-1B, let's say for example, his H-1B is expiring in 2024, and if he enters United States on advance parole, his H-1B is still valid technically. So he can still extend it, his H-1B is still valid, he can transfer it, he can file an amendment. Now, whether he should do, of course, you and I differ on that. That's a different issue.
I think that's one of the things we actually agree on, Rahul, if you catch my joke.
No, we agree on that. I mean, they should not do the H-1B extension, but they won't listen. I would not do the H-1B extension if I were him, but they won't listen to me. Anyway, that's fine. Let's make money.
Okay. All right. Question from, I'm sorry. This is from Emily Marshall says, when will we know if any extra green card from family based category this year? Any update of why 21 Indians were deported at airports across the country?
We would only come to know if there is any excess green cards that were not given to family at the end of the year, which is October of 2023. They can give a small estimate. Mostly, though, this year we are not expecting anything to flow from the family immigration to business immigration. They're not expecting. Even if it is, it will be very minuscule amount, though. Now,
okay.
Whether the 21 Indians who have been deported, there are some Indians that have been deported. Whether the number is accurate or not is a different issue. But yes, but Emily, that happens every time. This is nothing new, though. When you have approximately about 250 or 260,000 people coming into the United States on student visa from India, though, that are here right now, the student population, there are some people that may have some bad elements with them. And mostly what we have seen, the people who are fake documents that they submitted to get the F1 visa, or they are trying to violate the F1 status while they are in India. They are already conspired to violate the F1 status. And the CBP found it out with the WhatsApp. When they opened the WhatsApp, they found it out. And that's one of the main reasons we see the people getting deported.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 4864. 4864. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, Rahul. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So I recently got my I-140 approved, and my wife had to travel to India for some emergency. Now, to file for her H4 extension and H4 EAD, does she need to be in the country, or can we still file while she is in India?
You can, well, when is her H4 expiring?
Her H4 is expiring in sometime 2024 end, I believe November or December.
Okay, so you cannot file the H4 extension while she's in India. You cannot file the EAD while she's in India. She has to be in this country to file the extension of the H4 and EAD. Now, technically speaking about, she can get the extension done in India by going for the stamping. Let's say, for example, if your H1B is extended all the way to 2026, she can get the stamping until 2026. Mm-hmm. But since it's already until 2024, though, she has to come into the country to apply for the EAD. Okay?
Got it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. We have a couple of questions from our live chat listeners as well. Okay, this one is from Venugopal Rao. Says, is it possible for me to leave US and go to India for a couple of years after receiving EB3 EAD, since it would be a very long wait for the GC without jeopardizing my US work or stay in the future?
That's going to be a problem, because since you have already filed the adjustment of status, you already got the EAD, though. If you leave the country and you stay in India for a couple of years, you are considered to have abandoned the adjustment of status application. Yeah. Then what you need to do is that then either the company has to file a consular processing, or you will have to return back to USA on a H-1B at a later date. And if the company that filed the adjustment status out of the I-140 is still wanting to file a 485 application, they can revise that application and file the 485 again. So definitely not an easy process. It's a complex process for you. Since you're in adjustment of status, since you are on EAD right now, what I will tell people is that assume that you have a green card. I mean, that's so assuming. I mean, just imagine you have a green card, because EAD and advance parole are so easy to renew. It's free, and so assume that you're in green card and don't go outside the country except for the visits outside the country. That's what I tell people if you're in adjustment of status. But if you want to implement exactly, you want to go a couple of years there, you will have to give up this adjustment of status. I would definitely recommend that you contact an immigration lawyer, because you need to know what are the pros and what are the cons. But in general, my advice is don't abandon your 485 application. Not a good idea.
Sir, just a follow-up question on this. So when we are on EAD, what is like a safe period for us, to travel to India in the sense that
if it's 4 months, that's fine. If it's more than 4 months, I tell people to contact an immigration lawyer. Now, whenever I tell contact immigration lawyer, there's a second option though. That is not a good option, guys. Try to pick the first option.
Okay. No, I was just curious, Andy, so just thought I'd check in. All right. We have another caller. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 4795. 4795, we're ready for you now? Hello?
Hi, Nitya garu. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Hi. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, ma'am. We can hear you.
Thanks for attending my call. Hi, Rahul garu. My question is on H4 EAD. So I was on H4 EAD working, and last time when I was renewing my H4 EAD, I had to wait like at least 1 year for the extension, and I was workless. So is there any new amendments this time, like during the last couple of years, like so that I can get H4 as well as H4 EAD together?
Yes, ma'am.
Because my husband H1 is also goes with that, right? So yeah.
Absolutely. There are many changes that happened. There was a class action lawsuit filed by Reddy and Newman PC against the USCIS, where there is an agreement between us and the USCIS that if the H1, H4 and EAD is filed together, they will adjudicate the H1 and H4 and EAD together. There's been a change. Second change is that there is no biometrics for H4 extensions anymore in the United States. So if your H4 EAD is expiring and H4 is expiring and the H1B is expiring, if you file along with your husband's, it will be approved along with it. Now, there are some 2% of the time, you know how they are, they do some errors. There are still ways out that if your husband's H1B is approved though, and you have the H4 EAD still pending though, you can go to Mexico and come back and show the H1B approval of your husband, and you will get the I-94 until 2026, assuming that it's expiring in 2026. And based on that, you can continue working for a period of 540 days after your EAD expires. So there are 3 rule changes from the last time to this time for you, so that you don't have any interruption in work.
Oh, okay. So that means even if we do that, what do we call that? That will happen in premium processing.
Absolutely right.
So premium processing. So if so, along with my husband H1, I can go for H4 as well as H4 EAD.
Absolutely, but that has to be filed together. That's a condition.
Oh, okay. Okay, sir. And if it takes as usually something happens, 2% of chance is there. If it takes too long, then even while my H4 EAD is under processing, I can work.
No, you have to go to Mexico and get the H4 extension, ma'am. You just have to fly to Mexico, have a margarita. No, this is not margarita, guys. This is hot water. Go to Mexico, have a margarita, and come back, and you will extend the H4, and based on that, you can work for 540 days.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Rahul garu, what is in that cup, Andy?
No, it's water.
Okay, fine. I have to believe you. All right. I have some questions from our live chat listeners as well. Okay, Mohan Shiva says, if I go to Canada on an open work permit, will it affect my GC process? I have an approved I-140 in 2017.
Assuming that you still have the job, assuming that the company still wants to do it, just because you went to Canada for the open process of whatever that open H1B, it will not negatively affect your green card application.
Okay. All right. Question from Mari Mahesh. He says, I don't have US H1B visa, but on H1B status, planning to go for stamping in Canada. If I don't get visa, can I travel back to US with F1 visa or automatic revalidation?
I didn't get can you ask the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. He says, I don't have a US H-1B visa, but I'm on H-1B status. I don't know if that's possible, but he says planning to go for stamping in Canada. If I don't get a visa, can I travel back to US with an F1 visa or get an automatic revalidation?
Automatic revalidation is not allowed if you go for stamping. It dies. Automatic revalidation is only if you are visiting Canada or visiting Mexico. That's not allowed if you are going for stamping. Number one. Number two, you cannot come on F1 because you're no longer on F1 visa. If you go there, they don't get the stamping, you're stuck there, or you have to leave to India.
Sir, I didn't understand this part. Like, I don't have H-1B visa, but I'm on H-1B status. How is that
I'll
possible?
tell you. Let's say, for example, a person is on student visa, comes into the United States. And then from student visa, he applies the H-1B and gets the H-1B approval. Does he need to go outside the country to get the stamping to continue working? No. On the H-1B approval, he can continue working. So what he means to say is that he has the I-797A approval with the I-94, where he moved from student visa to H-1B, but he doesn't have the stamping in the passport.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now it makes sense. Gotcha. Thank you, sir. Okay, let's take another caller and then we'll come back to our questions. Okay, caller with number ending in 1648. 1648, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, Nitya.
Hi, sir. Thank you for calling. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
This is Naresh, and hi, Rahul. And I would like to ask a few questions. Like, I have recently changed my employer, and during this process, there is a high-end termination actions happened on my termination because the onboarding process happened before, and then later the attorney applied for a H-1B petition. So that process has been delayed due to around 1 month, and later after a couple of months in the month of July, due to the data anomaly, the employer has withdrawn the application, but there are 2 pay cycles have ran, and this happened on my H-1B petition. And will it affect the green card processing while I'm processing a green card? Will it be a query for that?
Is it with the same company or a different company? You got laid off recently, right? That's what I heard.
It is not laid off. During the process of employer change, what happened, the onboarding team, and there is no coordination.
Okay, I'm getting confused. No, hold on. Are you working with a company right now?
Right.
Yes or no? Are you working for a company?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have the H-1B with that company?
Yes.
Are you on the payroll of the company right now?
Yes.
Is the H-1B approved with the I-797A?
Right. It is approved. Yeah.
Okay. So you're not laid off. You're still there right now. So you had a green card application filed with the same company, or is it a different company?
No, the green card is not yet started. The problem here is what happened due to the data anomaly issue from the.
What is data anomaly? Where is the data anomaly? What is data anomaly?
Due to the termination mails triggered, I don't know what happened in the back end. They are not disclosing the things. But at the moment, I'm still working for a company A. The same company has withdrawn my application. And again, when I came to know that my visa has been withdrawn and they have filed my H-1B petition again. So will this make any problem in my future career?
So I'm unable to understand what the problem is, but seems to be that there is some confusion between the company and they have withdrawn the H-1B though. So right. If there is any problem, we consider that as at the most what I can see is a status violation though. At the most. Mm-hmm. So once you get the H-1B approval with the company though, you can always cure by going to Mexico and having a margarita and come back. We call it as Ganga cleaning, okay? You go to Mexico, have a margarita, and you come back, you can clean any of the status violations.
So while traveling to Mexico, I have to book a slot for the visa and just get the stamping done or there? Or
I didn't say anything of that. I only said book a slot from Margarita and come back, which you don't need it.
Okay.
You need to watch the video that TVASIA has. It's called type in as TVASIA and then type in Margarita and you will find that thing, what we're speaking about, okay?
Okay. Thanks,
okay,
Rahul.
we'll go to the next person.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Adi. Okay.
So what Nitya Garai was trying to explain him was that if a person violates the status, it's a different thing when a person is unlawfully present in this country. Yes. His I-94 is still valid, so it's still a technical violation where it seems that the company has accidentally withdrawn the H-1B while the payroll has been run. So that's technically, if there is anything that's just a status violation, that's where we discussed in our previous video, is that a margarita always cures the status violations, though. Right. So by going to Mexico and coming back.
Awesome. Our next caller is ready. Caller with number ending in 3017. 3017. We ready for you now? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me, Nitya?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Hi, Nitya, and hi, Rahul. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Nitya. Hi, Rahul. I'm calling from India. So I've been in US for almost 6 years, sir. So last year, my I-140 got approved and my wife's EAD got approved in this March 2023. So we came to India for a vacation in the month of May 2023. And it was a Dropbox appointment in New Delhi. And we submitted documents and we received a 221G, sir. And it was a blue slip. They've asked us to submit I-797, LCA, I-129 petition and DHS, the cover letter from DHS, sir. So we have submitted in the month of May only, like after 4 days of receiving that 221G, we have submitted the documents. And we didn't receive any response from them. It's been like almost 70 days now. We got stuck in India, me and my family. And so we are facing a lot of problem because of remote work location as well as my son's education is in stake. So we are running out of options. Like we reached out to Senator and Congressman.
You have to sue the US. You have to sue the State Department, though. You can contact Stephen Brown in our office. We can take this matter to the federal court.
Okay. Is it right time, sir? Like I have been hearing about the writ of mandamus. Now it's been
that's exactly what I was speaking. That's exactly what I was speaking about. Okay. Yes, this is the right time. I would say the right time was 30 days, but what can we do? We can't go back in time. Is that right?
Yes.
So
yes, sir. Yeah. So yeah, I have read in the website they are asking us to wait for 180 days. That is totally unfair for us.
No, sir. So sir, you do not. Yeah, you do not. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Next person, please. Go sue the CBI, the State Department. That's the best thing.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All the very best, Andy. I hope everything works out for you. Okay. Question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from our chat person. Yeah, sure, Andy. This is from Srini. He says, my employer filed I-140 for EB3, 485. And we're waiting for the I-140 approval. I also have an EB2 approval. Can I change my job and do the future employer file? No. And future employer file job portability under EB2 if EB2 dates become available in the future.
So he filed the 485, you said, is right?
Yeah, EB3.
EB3, he filed the 485. He has an I-140 His I-140.
No. He's filed an I-140 in EB3 and a 485, and they're waiting for the I-140 approval.
I see.
But he also has an EB2 approval. So
absolutely, he can use the EB2 dates with the future employer. No problem with it. even though he never filed a 485 application using the I-140 of the EB2. We have successfully done so many EB2s saying that, look, I have an EB2 approval with company A, even though I didn't file a 485 application. I want to use that I-140 approval with company B. No problem.
Okay, great. All right, question from PS Ande. Says GCEAD renewal for more than 60 days but haven't received my EAD. What can I do?
GCEAD renewal for but did not receive EAD. GCEAD renewal, if you have the receipt notice though, you can work for 540 days after the EAD expires. It's taking much longer than 60 days for you to get the approval. So, but you don't need the EAD approval to continue working on the EAD.
Gotcha. All right. A question from Abhishek Adi. He says, can we apply for AP renewal after expiration?
Absolutely, they can. No problem with it.
Okay. Question from Raven. He says, can I work for 2 MNCs in the US for full-time employment on my GCEAD? Do I really need to let both companies know I'm working 2 jobs? Do you think they really find out I'm working for the other?
Well, you can work on 2 jobs full-time at the same time. Absolutely not a problem. Do you need to inform? You don't need to inform. Will they find out? I don't know how they will find out. But as far as that's up to you. I won't tell, and I will promise that Nithya won't tell.
Unless you're working for like Coke and Pepsi in their, secret lab, and there might be a conflict of interest.
Yeah. So you can work, absolutely not a problem. You're under no obligation to inform that you're working with the other company. If you're on GCEAD revenue.
As Rahul Garu says, if you're working less than 80 hours a week, you're lazy. So you can go ahead.
Absolutely.
All right, let's take our next caller. All right, caller number ending in 5018. 5018, we're ready for you now. Hello? Hello? Caller number 5018. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, sir. Go ahead, sir, please. We can hear you.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi, Rahul. Thanks for giving the opportunity.
Go ahead, sir.
Actually, what happened, like my spouse, EAD expired. After that, she came from India, okay, and we applied the EAD, okay. She can work before approval. Yeah.
So the EAD expired, you said, is right? Before she filed the extension?
Yeah.
And this is GCEAD 485, H4 EAD. What EAD is this one?
H4 EAD.
No, she cannot work because extension has to be filed before expiration for the 540-day rule to kick in.
Oh, okay. Because we thought that it's a 540 days applicable for this. Okay. Yeah. But one thing, sir, the other friend have same problem, but he worked 1 or 2 months. So if that makes any problem?
Let him worry about his problem.
Okay. Yeah. Because like actually we got a chance. So that's why we... Okay, thank you.
Now he needs to contact an immigration lawyer, okay?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. So I've got a quick question. This is from sure, Andy. Mohammad Irfan, he says, can a religious worker change employer while the 485 is pending?
I don't know the answer. I really don't know the answer for that question.
Okay.
I don't deal with the religious. Sorry about that.
Okay. Irfanji, please contact a lawyer if that's the case.
Yeah, not us, somebody else. Okay. I would recommend Dakshini Senanayake. She does a lot of those things. If you can Google it.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's take our next caller. Okay. Caller number ending in 9937. 9937. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Cool. Thanks for taking my call. Here, I do have a quick question for you. So back in 2011, I did apply for F1 visa, and it got rejected, and they gave me a reason of falseful misrepresentation, 212. So now, like, I got my H1B picked up in the lottery. So I was wondering if I can apply for H1, or is that ban applied to me for the life?
So if you have a material misrepresentation that you have it in 2011, that is a lifetime ban. It is not cured though. You will have to apply for the waiver. Once the waiver is approved, then you have to apply for the H1B visa. You can apply for the waiver request right now, but you need to go through a lawyer. It's a very strenuous process, a very less chance of success in getting the waiver approved though.
Okay, got it. So, okay, understood. So do you think I should go that route, or you think it's not worth trying for the waiver?
I would rather go to a different country rather than coming to USA, because once the material misrepresentation has been hit with you, even if you apply for the waiver, it's only applicable for H1B. You can't move to H4 visa, you can't move to L1 visa, you can't move to the green card. So there are a lot of negative implications, and the waiver process will take approximately anywhere between 1.5 to 2 years for you to happen. So by the time your H1 will be only there for 1 year period of time. So whether or not you want to go with all these expensive and unlikely things that is going to happen is up to you. But if I were you, I would not go through that process. I would not spend that much money for the less chances of return that I have.
Understood, Rahul. Thank you. Thanks for that information. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. All right. I have a question, Andy Rahul Garu. This is from SS. He says, my wife's H4 EAD got approved. EAD card received EAD approval courtesy copy, but didn't receive the original copy of approval. It's already more than a month. What should we do?
I would apply for the duplicate of the EAD. It will take a little bit longer time to get it, but you can apply for the duplicate EAD approval.
Right.
You don't have to pay the fees, but you have to submit all the documents the same way.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 5086. 5086, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Rahul.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am. Go ahead, please.
Hi. Hi, sir. Actually, I was listening to the online. I just saw that you were answering my question. Actually, this is my condition. I got my H4 EAD approved, and also I received my card and also the courtesy copy, but I didn't receive my original copy of approval.
Oh, you received the card?
Yeah, I did receive the card.
Why do you need anything else? You're good, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I
don't apply for duplicate.
I don't have to do anything.
You don't need to do anything. You have the card. That's all you need. Everything else is waste.
Okay,
and you told me you have the card.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I have the card. But the only thing is the card starting day is from July. Actually, my old card expired in the month of April. But I did apply it before expiring, like in the month of January.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So what's right now, it starts with July 2023. You can continue working on the EAD card. You can work on the EAD card right now.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Andy, for calling. Oops. Okay. Rahul Garu. There's a question from Atul Mohanandi. This is says, in hope of DAF becoming current in October visa bulletin, are you accepting pre-processing of 485 for a nominal fee?
Atul, I would recommend that you contact me on Tuesday. We're going to have a staff meeting in our office, and then we'll decide whether we would like to have a pre-processing of the I-485. But before you contact me though, the one thing that you need to do is that, is your company going to be okay with us to process the 485 application? That's one thing that you have to check with your company. We are authorized by some MNC companies. I mean, I wouldn't name the companies right now, but the top 2 companies of Indian companies, we are authorized to represent them. And we have done a lot of those 485 applications in 2020. But yeah, check with us on Tuesday though, because we want to see if we want to do it, but check with us on Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, guys. It's that time of the day. I know it comes really fast once our show starts, but unfortunately we're here yet again, the end of the show. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, for being here on the show today and also helping all our viewers and listeners as well. We really appreciate that, Andy.
Thank you, Nitya, for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. And to all our viewers, have a great week. Have a safe week. We'll see you back same time, same place next week. Bring us all your questions. Bring us all your queries. And like I always say, please try to give us a call. So if we are missing any small pieces of information, we can always ask you live and give you a better picture of what you're looking for. But otherwise, keep sending us your questions and we'll see you same time, same place next week. Thanks and have a great week. Bye.
Thank you.
yes ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TvAsia Telugu. మీ అందరికీ థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు. ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ.